What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? I want to thank you guys so much for clicking that thumbnail over here. Let's dive right into it. So there I am. I'm scrolling down my social media page, and I come across a clip of the Ricky Smiley show, and they are discussing the video of the teacher and the students who are taking down his hair. And everyone has an opinion and concerns about it. And so allow me to give you my spiel on it. People, let's use our common sense. All right. First thing first, I would like to think that we would not be discussing this at all if the teacher was a barber or a cosmetologist. We would not be discussing this at all. We would probably just look at it as a teacher is showing his students how to do hair. All right. And even in that case, in these barbershops and in these let's say these hair schools, they have their dolls that they obviously, use in order to, learn how to do hair. But that's neither here nor there. Now, let's use our common sense again. And looking at the picture of the teacher and the students, I would like to think that this teacher and these students have a good rapport, right? Obviously, they feel comfortable around each other, and I would like to think, they like this teacher. Now, I also would like to think that the teacher did not initiate this. I would like to think. I don't think the teacher went over to the students and said, hey, you guys want to take down my hair? In my mind, and I could be wrong, the students are probably like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, so-and-so, oh, I like your hair, blah, 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 blah. Can I take your hair down? I want to do your hair, blah, blah, blah. And who knows? One young lady and the other ladies falls into place, and there they are. They're taking down his hair. And somebody somewhere says, let's do a video. Let's make a TikTok. Let's see if this video goes viral. Perception is everything. Now, for those of you who are in education and you understand perception quite well, then you will understand when I say, you know what, I don't take pictures with a red cup in my hand. You understand where I'm going with that? Because it doesn't matter. If you got a red cup, obviously people are going to look at it like you have liquor in that cup. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so working in education, obviously, people will probably think that. Also, again, and we're talking about this teacher working in education, there's another thing too as it relates to perception, right? At the end of the day, how do we have, what kind of rapport we have with the students? And not only that, how you interact with them on a professional level, teacher and student. At the beginning of every school year, I would like to think that these school districts go over this constantly, over and over again, about your interactions with your students and how that look or how that could be perceived. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Now, that's me. Even when I'm out with my friends, and even if I'm at a restaurant or a barbecue, whatever event I'm in or attending, I always tell them, listen, you got some people who love taking their pictures. And I always say to them, don't put me in any of your pictures. I don't want to be in any of your pictures, especially when I know that there's some alcohol around or something like that. Lift up the picture. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing should be seen on the table. You see where I'm going with that? It's perception, right? So I would like to think that this is probably where the teacher dropped the ball. And the ball is this. Hey, I understand that you all love doing your social media videos and your TikToks, and you want to do your reels and, make your videos go viral for, all of the wonderful things that you're doing in your classroom, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you just have to follow the policies and the procedures that are in place. They're in place for a particular reason. But now, having said that, there are a lot of videos out there, especially when it deals with education, that some of us don't question. But at the same time, let's be realistic. Those videos are probably inappropriate as well, but we don't question those, right? We're not thinking about the fact of what is the school district's policy when it comes to social media. Do you understand where I'm going with you? Okay, because you have all of these people in these videos, and parents are probably not even thinking, did I sign a release with my child to be seen in a video? Do you understand where I'm going? And now all of a sudden, if people watch this, they're gonna go like, let me look around and let me see if my child got permission to be in the video. Do you understand where I'm going with it? Because no one is thinking about that, right? So on the surface, I would like to think that this was an innocent thing. There's a lot to be learned from it. I'm not quite sure what happened as a result, if there was any reprimands involved, but at the end of the day, I would just like to think that we will all just stop for a second and go like, hey, you know what? It seems like you have a good rapport with your students. It seems like these young ladies like you, so on and so forth. Let's continue this good rapport between you two. You know, it would be a shame. It would be a shame if all of a sudden a good rapport between this teacher and these students are kind of like, you know, now they have distanced themselves from each other, because it's kind of like, oh, I can't do this, I can't say that, and this, that, and the other way. That's obviously understood. Okay. But at the end of the day, you are a professional adult. You are, you know, teaching these young adults, and, you know, well, not young adults, but you understand what I'm saying. But anyway, you're teaching these students, you know, to become, you know, productive young men and women, you know, in the future and in the present. And so it is what it is. It's something that I think that we all can learn from. Well, on that note, if you have stuck around at this moment in time, hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button, wherever you see this on a social media platform. And my motto over here is simple. Put your behind where your heart desires to be. And whenever I leave my mother's presence, you know, my mother always says to me, she says, baby, remember, I love you, but God loves you best. I look forward to seeing you next video. And until then, you guys know what to do. Take care of yourselves out there. I know I will.